One of the world's strangest and unsolved disappearances occurred in a remote corner of Scotland on the Flannan Isles. The mysterious vanishing of 3 lighthouse keepers remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries to this day. In 1899, a lighthouse was built on the Flannan Isles to protect sailors navigating the dangerous waters off Scotland's west coast. The lighthouse was manned by 3 experienced keepers: Thomas Marshall, James Duckett, and Donald MacArthur. They would rotate in shifts, spending weeks on the island before returning to the mainland. But on December 15, 1900, their strange disappearance would become the stuff of legend. That morning, the supply ship Hesperus arrived for a routine check, but something felt off. There was no light shining from the lighthouse, which was extremely unusual. Captain Jim Harvey sent one of his men ashore to investigate. What they found was shocking. The lighthouse was completely deserted, with no sign of the 3 keepers. Inside, the lighthouse lamp hadn't been tended to, and the table was set with uneaten meals that had started to spoil. It was as if the keepers had vanished in the middle of their daily routine. The mystery deepened from here. Initially, it was thought that the keepers might have been swept away by a storm. However, weather records indicated that the weather had been calm in the days leading up to their disappearance. Despite a thorough search of the island, there were no signs of a struggle, no footprints leading away, and no trace of the 3 men. They had simply vanished without a trace. Many theories have been proposed over the years. Some speculate that a rogue wave or powerful gust of wind dragged the keepers into the sea. Others have suggested more outlandish explanations, such as sea monsters or even supernatural forces. Some conspiracy theorists believe that pirates might have been involved, abducting the keepers and taking them away. Yet none of these theories fully explain the bizarre circumstances. One of the most intriguing details of the case comes from the lighthouse logbook. Days before the disappearance, Donald MacArthur wrote about a severe storm that had frightened the men, something highly unusual given their experience. However, official weather reports show that no such storm had occurred. So what storm was MacArthur referring to? Was it a natural phenomenon, or was it something more psychological, a fear or hallucination that took hold of them? Despite numerous investigations, the mystery of the Flannan Isle keeper's disappearance has never been solved. The lighthouse was later automated, and no one lives on the island anymore. To this day, the question remains: what happened to those 3 men on that lonely island? Did they fall victim to a freak accident, or is there something more sinister at play? The mystery of the Flannan Isle lighthouse keepers continues to intrigue and baffle researchers, and it may never be solved. Do you think it was a natural disaster, a human act, or something else entirely? Let us know what you think in the comments.